tonight, and I'm so excited to share because you all hear from me all the time, and I wanted to have some other people share just specifics in their business. I mean, it doesn't have to be, and it could be aha moments that they've had where they listen to a training, or it could be, what's moving or grooving or in their business or not, and what they're doing to kind of move through things. And so first, I want to have Cindy share and just share some aha moments or whatever you have on your heart tonight that you're seeing right now. So I cannot wait to hear from you, Miss Cindy. I know, look at that smile. I love it.
Well, what can I say? Well, most of you already know, but I'll tell for those that haven't been on here and that will watch it later. It's just showing up and doing the work and asking people in those reach outs, because you'll never know, you might get one that says yes. I think that's it.
That's true. What has there been a training or anything that you've loved this week that you listened to, or that was a big takeaway, or even in the book that we're reading that you're like, oh my gosh?
I have been listening to Procrastinate on Purpose. And then I also just got done with the other book that he has.
Take the Stairs.
And then I get on calls and so they just go over it and over it and over it. So you hear it more and more. And the more that you hear it, the more it sticks with you, and the more that you'll eventually do it. So I try to get on every call because I want to learn more and more. That's what has helped me. I know when I first started, I was like not missing them. And so when I first started, my momentum was like really up there. And then I started missing them, and I'm stuck at a standstill, I think, and I'm trying to get that momentum back. So don't miss those calls. They are important.
Agree. So do you feel like, I think, let's raise a hand just a second. Anybody ever feel in a standstill? Right? Every single person. I know Hannah's raising her hand, but all of us have seasons. All of us get stuck. The difference in staying stuck or just deciding to leave, that's the difference, is finding that solution that can get you moving and get you grooving. And so for you, it sounds like coming to calls and everything, you're kind of gaining more knowledge and things that you've needed to hear and reassurance. What was a takeaway from the book Take the Stairs that you liked? Was there anything that stood out to you on that book?
I take lots and lots of notes. I can go back and reread them, and I have too many notebooks right now.
Oh, friends, you should see. Yeah, I understand. I have like 6 years right there. So I hear you. And Shara, you're so right. I can see way more confidence in you. So much. She said, and you can see more confidence in her. And that's because the more that you show, I mean, it's like practice. The more that you practice, the more that you do the scary things that the enemy doesn't want you to do, you're breaking down the doors that he's trying to keep closed. So I love it.
That comes from all of that. So
I love it. Yeah, if y'all have not watched the tape or watched, listened, whatever you want to do, the Take the Stairs, I can't scream it enough. So even when you can later on, get it, re-listen to it, because then you're gonna be like, Cassie, now I know why you screamed at us to read it. But the Procrastinate book, I will say the first like 2 chapters, Julia and I were talking about this last night. The first 2 chapters are like whoosh. It's like, wait, what are you talking about? What's those big words? And then it like levels out and he gives good nuggets of fine-tune things that you can do in your business to grow and move. And he gives tips and tricks. And that's what I'm enjoying right now, of just leveraging some of those. So I've actually ordered a physical copy so that I can go through and actually highlight some of those things so I can go back and really read. So Cindy, was there anything on the Take the Stairs in the notes that you found?
no, I have too many notes.
That's okay, but it's a good sign. Now, I heard your sip and see went good in a different way. So tell us about that really quick.
Yeah. Julia had helped me learn what reels were, and I still need to learn that though, because I tried to do one and it's not going as well as the other day went.
That's okay. That's how most
But,
of ours go.
but I'm learning. So yeah, we went over and we worked, and
That's awesome.
Cindy, what is it, one of the things that we went over that you added into your practice recently? That you texted me yesterday that you completed?
oh, I'm now doing winning day.
Yay! It's one of those things that, like a pilot, the more that you do it, you're like, okay, done, done, done. It just gets into that sequence, and it almost seems easier to do my plexus work when I have that sheet in front of me and I'm on my Zooms at night. Like I've been telling y'all, like I show up just for accountability for myself and I time it and I'm like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here. Okay, I'm going to knock this out. Those have been huge. So, and then on the reels, just, I'm telling you, even if it's the ugliest reel and you're like, oh my gosh, why am I post it? Or like the more that you do them, like when I look back at the first ones that I did, I was like, oh, all right, you could tell I was practicing. Okay. But they just keep getting better. You'll figure out the tricks and all the things. Shara said, I remember Cassie training me and Julia at Super Saturday. You are not alone. See?
And they can be even like, okay, you'll have to go look at one of mine. It's the stupidest thing ever. And I have over 10,000 views on it. Okay. All it is my husband wearing a gift bag. Okay. And it says, that's my clownfish. Keep your hands off my clownfish. That's all it is. 10,000 views.
I will say, Cindy, you have gold with your husband. I'm just saying, you could take videos of him all the time and share. If
Did I not tell you this? I told her that same thing. I told her that same thing.
I'm just saying, I would watch those reels because your husband is hilarious. It would be funny, especially for the days that, when you have a bad day and you just want something funny to watch. So
that could be her niche too. Just saying. He's super funny, and people would come watch.
Correct. You just got to get the okay from him and be like, honey, is it okay if I just take random videos of you? I bet you he would be okay with it, knowing I've known him for 24 hours.
Yeah, he would be okay with it.
See?
He would.
I honestly didn't even ask mine, but whatever.
Hey, most of us don't. We're married to them, right? They'll forgive us.
Right. But now he's got a big head though, because my top 2 are ones with him in it.
That's funny.
Oh, that is funny.
I always tell Joel that this is his consent.
Mhm.
Sorry. It's your consent.
I like it.
That's right.
Oh, Hannah put 44,000 is my most watched reel. Holy moly. Of a hand? Is that what of a hand? That's crazy.
I've heard that that's becoming a trend, like some sort of hand, like just showing something with.
Showing if you can do the, like, touch your fingers. That's it.
Isn't
Not
that
everybody-
crazy?
So then you ask a question without crossing your other ones. You keep them straight and you touch them. I don't know. It's Hallie's hand. She can do it. Like, this is super easy for hypermobile people. It's not really
Yeah.
a problem. But anyway, 44,900 of a hand.
Those are the kind
What
of
a-
reels I need to find.
Yeah.
Texas
real easy.
reels, 300, 150. Okay, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Pictures of his feet.
I mean, I have what you thought on some of them, but like not anything like that. So I'm like, okay, Hallie, I need your hand more often.
Yup. Hey, or your corgi, something. Or I love it.
Yeah,
She's super cute. Okay, Julia, do you want to add anything to Cindy that you're noticing as her leader?
I love your eagerness. I think that is one of the biggest blessings that I could ask for from anyone, and that I actually hone in on for myself of you, because that is something that you are always so eager to learn, and that you are like a sponge. You want that information, and I that just shows so much to me. But also that I'm like, oh man, I don't even like, I don't do all of the, now granted, I know we live different lives and that's okay, but it's one of those things that I'm like, man, you're just, I love how willing you are to be places and to do things and just put yourself out there, and knowing how quiet of a person you are and watching you just grow as a human has been amazing. So I am so proud of you for that. Like, that is, I just am so excited for you. But I will tell you, that is something people will start to take notice of, especially the people who have known you for a long time. So I think that's incredible.
Exactly.
And I love you.
Aw. Well, thank you so much, Cindy, for sharing. I love just hearing from other people in the team and just what's working for them, what they're loving, what takeaways, whatnot. So thank you for that. Next, Rachel was supposed to be on tonight. She's not feeling good, and I totally forgot to add her to our prayer earlier. So keep her in your prayers. But I asked Ashley very last minute, and she kind of opened her heart and her mind to sharing. So I'm so grateful that 30 minutes prior that she is willing to do the exact same thing. So we kind of chatted for a second, and I kind of gave her some ideas. So Ashley, take it away.
Okay, well, like Cassie said, when she asked me, I was like, no, I've been failing at this business. I have nothing to give to these ladies who are rocking it. So then I thought about it. Then I stopped the panic attack and I thought about it for just a little bit. So these are my two little tidbits that I've kind of honed in on for this week, because some of y'all know that last week was just really bad. The first one is, the only person that I have to make believe in myself is myself. I'm the only one that I have to get that belief into. I'm also the hardest one because I know all my little weird quirks and my failing, places I'm failing. But if I can make myself believe in myself, that is all I need. And my second little tidbit is, I've been reading Tiny Habits. I haven't done the take the stairs yet, but I might add it to my walk when I do my walk. Right now, I'm trying to catch up with Tips from the Top, but I might add it as an audiobook. But the Tiny Habits talks about breaking it down. So like the 20 messages, I was like, yeah, I can do that. And then as soon as I saw that sheet, I'm like, nope, I can't do that. It was too much for me. And the Tiny Habit book talks about, okay, that's too much. What about one? One is not overwhelming. I can do one. So after I do that one, okay, what about another one? Let's do another one. And build from there. That I don't know. I let everything become overwhelming. So I'm trying to start breaking it down into just small habits. And like when I sit at my desk of a morning, I message one. When I come back at lunch and I sit down while my computer is coming up and running, I message one. And so those tiny habits to kind of build it into my day. But that's all I got for y'all.
Girl, that's good. But you got to read the comments, or I'm just going to go ahead and say it anyway. So Cindy was saying you're
I couldn't read it and talk.
No, you're good. So Cindy said you're rocking it and you have to fail in order to win, which is so true. And then Julia, we
Very
all
true.
fail, right? We all fail. We wouldn't be where we're at if we didn't fail or fall flat on our face. As long as we're falling forward, that's what matters, is what Julia said.
Mhm.
And she said, I love the idea of one, because it's so, if you can do a micro commitment, like Genevieve says, small daily commitments lead into big things, as long as it's daily commitments, not like I'll do it tomorrow. Because then if you move it on till tomorrow, it just keeps leading in. Oh man, I didn't do it yet. And this is why I like the Procrastinate on Purpose book, because he kind of talks about all these things too. And so I feel like that one might be better if you're doing tiny habits, because it'll correlate a little bit more.
Okay.
But I have a Tiny Habits book. I just haven't dived into it yet because I want to finish the others, and then I'll, but there's still time.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that like you said, the one thing, I was failing last week, whatever, it's like, that is so much the enemy, because he wants us to think that when our business isn't growing or moving or we're not doing anything, that's not that we're failing. We just need to take a quick breather. But as long as we come back, it's like that resuscitation. It's like, okay, I'm back. That's what matters. And I think your tips are huge. Like, you're back, you're here, you're on the team call. Like that's the point. And you're still listening to books and diving into old trainings. That's amazing.
I'd say too that just the fact that you're here tonight is a huge tiny habit. Like that's so
Right.
Because and I don't know, I feel like every week when we do this, I was telling Cassie this the other day, that these nights when we get together, it really is a night that really, I don't know about you all, but like boosts my passion. And not that
Mhm.
my passion isn't like, I don't believe in the company, but sometimes you just have to have that umph of community to really propel you through the rest of your week. So it's like,
Mhm.
you know how sometimes whenever you look forward to Sundays because you just need a rejuvenation of your spirit for the week, I kind of feel that same way about our weekly team calls, to be able to rejuvenate my work spirit for the week. So that is good for you for being here, Ashley. I'm so loving to see your face.
Well, thank you. I love seeing all y'all.
Agree. So much truth. Our team calls are my favorite. And I will tell you, let's say if you ever, I don't want you to, but I know it's going to happen, but you start leading your own team calls because you're emeralds and diamonds and whatever. Even if only one shows up, you still lead it. Even if one shows up, you still keep showing up every single Tuesday, Monday, whatever you do. Keep showing up, because that will produce what you're seeing now. Look how many people are on here. You just have to keep showing up and being consistent with it, and don't keep moving things around. Hannah, she said, so proud of you. You spoke and stepped out of your comfort zone. You just had major growth by that alone. Truth. Very much true. You should have saw her like when I was like, I need a big favor. She's like, but I'm so proud that you did. Cindy, time management is self-management. Ooh, you have control over yourself and thus can control what you do with your time. I posted this today. This is in the book. Yep. I love that. Okay, Shara or Hannah, is there anything else that you want to add about Ashley that you were like, anything?
I just have to say how proud I am for her to speak up on this, because I know how much that scares her and how much her anxiety when she was like, my anxiety went up. I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly where she's at with that. So I'm just so proud of you because I didn't even know, and so I'm so happy I was on the call so I could see it. So, but you work in the nooks and crannies anyways. You think you're not working, but you really are. Yeah, you might be slower some weeks, but we all have slow weeks. I have slow weeks right now too. So it's not that you're failing, you're just breathing. So
I like the way
I'm super proud
Thank
of
you.
you. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm so proud of you for just jumping in and talking. It's awesome.
I'm going to go cry.
And I know no, and for me, just having you on my team makes me want to do better. So it's not just me being your leader or whatever. I don't feel like I'm a leader. I feel like we're friends and we're a community and we're all one.
Yeah.
But you're the reason why I step up and try to do more of the scary things, because you're on my team. Remember that.
I will remember that.
Okay.
That is so sweet. I really am going to cry. So that's enough.
It's
On
okay.
to the
It's okay. Okay, and you inspire me, and
Oh, I love it. Julia, it says your hand is raised. Is that on purpose or an accident?
I was just going to chime in on one thing that you were talking about, Ashley, is it is so easy just in our natural minds, I think, to live a comparative life. Don't ever think I shouldn't say don't, because I think we do it naturally. But one thing I would encourage you to do is remind yourself that those negative thoughts, like those small little things of like how you don't have something to offer to us, don't use that as like, don't compare yourselves to us. Everybody's journey with this and everybody's business, this is all so individually and separate. So your journey looks very different than my journey. My journey looks different than Cassie's journey. And like, they're all at a different, what's the word? We all get to where we're going to get in our own time. And so just remember that. Don't allow Satan to speak that into you, because your little tidbits of nuggets are just as powerful as some of Cassie's that Cassie will give to us tonight. So keep that in mind and don't let Satan speak that into your head, girl, because that is one of those things that we all have to remember to stop comparing ourselves to our sidelines or our downlines or whatever, because I do that too. And that's one thing I'm like, nope, this is my journey. I can't do the same thing because I'm not that same person. So kudos to you, but you are important and I love you.
for somebody to get up every morning and go walking and listen to a training every morning consistently is awesome. Because I would love to be that person. I am not that person. I would love to be that person though. So I'm very proud of you for doing that.
Agree. You wouldn't think that I wouldn't be not going to the gym, but I haven't been lately, or even like I've been constantly cleaning. I've been moving around and walking and stuff, but not the gym that I'm used to. So lots of good nuggets. I just enjoy hearing from a lot of you guys. And honestly, that was Julia's idea. So I want to congratulate her and just recognize her on that. She was like, you know what? Because I was thinking, how are these team calls? What else can I improve? And a long time ago, we had Jules come on where I would have them share a tip, but we talked about you guys sharing tips. I can always bring in somebody else, but it's always nice to hear from our team when they're in a rut or a funk or who knows what pulled them out, or what's working this week that we all need to hear, or what message is working, what's a magic message that you're getting 6 ads or who knows what. And we can go from there, but I love hearing from you. So thank you too. And I'm going to try that again next week with 2 more. So know that if I ask you, that might be why, and what we're just going to talk about what's working for us that week. Okay, I really wanted to talk just quickly, and then we can open it up, and then I'm going to be working. Is I want to talk a little bit more, and I talked about it last week about intention, but I wanted to break it down a little bit more on what that truly looks like if you are doing this winning day sheet with us. And you guys, it should take you no more than 2 hours if you're doing it correctly. And I want to break down, Genevieve gave me some really good nuggets, and it was more of like, when you're doing this, what is your intention on today? Like you're sitting down and it's like, okay, today I need to have great customer care. Okay, so on all of my stuff, I'm looking for customers. I'm looking to find somebody that needs these products. I'm looking for all, health tips and everything that I can share with my customers. It's all customer based. Maybe then tomorrow, like yesterday was my reset. I did today too. I'm going to finish reset today. But every message I've been sending today and yesterday is all reset. My focus and intention is reset only. Because if we're like in the muddle and trying to get all these different things in, there's no true one. It's not like a one lane. You need a one focus when you're doing this winning day. And I really loved that tip from her, because it really has made a difference, because now I know exactly when I sit down, what's the one intention that I can have when I'm working. Because it could get muddled. It can be like, well, I got to reach out to this, and I got to do that, and I got to do this, which is great. But if I sit down and have an idea, it makes I'm flying through stuff like a lot faster, I feel like, because I know, okay, reset. Who have I talked to that I haven't, or who was excited about it when it launched, or who's liked a lot of my posts on my reset? And I'll go back and be like, hey, I don't know if you loved my post just to love it, or if you actually were, perked your interest, but I just appreciate it. And, thank you for your support on my reset post, and things like that are going to be the topic of reset. And, maybe it's, I want to find business builders. Okay, so you're sitting down tonight, you're looking straight for business builders. And so you're going back to all your business posts and you're reaching out to them in a kind way, the exact same thing. Thank you so much for loving on my business posts. It means the world for your support. I don't know if that's something that I never know what people are looking for. If that might have perked your interest, that you would love to hear more or not, but I appreciate your support. I did that last night with just people that liked my post on my Emerald post, because I had almost 200 people either like or comment that post, you guys. So that was a huge opportunity to reach out to a ton of people. And I got a ton of, I just support you. I love you. Your posts are great. So it just means they see me. And then maybe one day it'll lead into more. And I did have one where it's kind of leading into reset. She's like, I did see this reset. Tell me more about it. But if I wouldn't have reached out to her and told her thank you, there would have been no more conversation. Does that make sense? I feel like that's the part that's missing in a lot of us, that we're not bold enough, or we're too scared. And I get it. I was there a long time ago to continue conversation, or if when somebody tells you no, or if they're not ready yet, you just kind of move on. I have gotten to where I don't move on. I continue that conversation of like, let's say they're like, yeah, thank you. I love your post, but I'm just not ready yet. Okay, great. Well, tell me what's going on, or what's your health journey, so that when you are ready, then we can figure out what's going to be great for you. And it leads to more conversation versus you just going, okay, great. Let me know is our favorite keyword. Don't use that. Try not to use that. Do not, because here's the thing. Do people truly let you know when they're ready? No, it's usually when you reach back out to them the 100th time is when they're like, okay, I guess I'm ready. You have to really be intentional on reach outs, but not letting that stop sign stop you. I mean, we can all be kind. And this is what I've liked about, and I can't remember because I've read both of them on the same time. Take the Stairs is done, but I'm doing Procrastinating on Purpose. And one of them was talking about this right here, and just like moving into that and being able to continue the conversation and not get offended or say no and things like that. It's really good. So Julia, so hard to break the let me know habit. Girl, yes. I have to stop myself, especially if I'm doing voice message and I'm like, okay, great, Cindy, let's talk soon. I'm so great. Da, 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 da. I literally have to stop myself. And I will tell you, the Cassie before would have deleted and tried again. And I'm like, nope. I'm just going to leave my mess ups, because the mess ups mean that I'm real and I'm authentic. I'm like, okay, so let's talk soon. And I hope you have a great day. I'll check in with you tomorrow. Something to that nature. Yes, I catch myself all the time too, Shara. So let me know as a one. You don't ever want to keep it open-ended. And I always try to end with a date and a time that if they're like, well, finances are right now, they're not great, da, 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 which we get that all the time, right? Like, I understand. Feel, felt, found. I feel the same way. I used to be there, but I have found that, wow, there's so many opportunities in this, and I can get my products paid for. Feel, felt, found. I found, same thing what I just said. What if you prayed over it and I check back in with you on Friday? Would that be a better time for you? Something to that. You don't want to leave it so open-ended that it's like, I'll check back in with you in October. How is that? No, like, if I feel like most people are going to give you a good answer within a week, at least, of where they're at. So hopefully that helps you. So when you know you're working, you know exactly your intentions on working for that day. Your posts are your stories, your posts, everything are all in the same category. And I think that that's really going to help a lot of us. If we're all posting, if you're posting reset, your stories should be reset. Your message reset, your messages should be reset, things of that nature. Don't forget Pivotal, y'all. If you're not chatting with your people about Pivotal, talk to your people about Pivotal, because people are going to do this 3-day. They're going to lose all this great weight and inches and everything. And then there's going to be like, now what? What's the next step, Cassie? Plexus Pivotal. There is a community page, and I have been on it now and following it. And I think Hannah's the one that told us about it. I mean, convention told us, but with so much convention stuff, you forget everything. It is incredible. A nutritionalist is the one leading it. It's wonderful. I have gotten awesome, cool tips on that. So make sure you're sharing that, and a text message. They can sign up for text messages to get encouraging text messages through their reset or even after. So don't forget those things. Okay, Julia, you have your hand up, and then I look like Ashley and Hannah. So
I've been learning to raise my hand a lot lately. Two things that Rory, whatever his last name is, mentioned on the Procrastinate on Purpose. There is an app that can help you with scheduling posts. So I don't know if you have iPhone. If you have iPhone, it's called Social Oomph, SOCIAL. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
thank you.
SOCIALOOMPH.
You
And
must
that's
be a little bit ahead of me. Social.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I was in the car a lot today, so I listened a lot today. And then the other one for Androids is called, Hootsuite. Weird name. Anyways, it's called Hootsuite. I have that one downloaded, so I'll let you know how it goes. But apparently it is supposed to be able to allow you to schedule your posts, and then it posts it for you. It's amazing. I'm very excited to learn about this.
Okay, keep us posted, because in the past, and Facebook probably has changed this, but in the past, those apps, usually Facebook would flag them and they wouldn't get as many views. But if Rory is saying this brand new, I mean, he just wrote this book, they might have changed that, because that was years ago.
Yeah,
And
he was saying it under his auto, you know how he was talking about you either automate, you eliminate, or so under his automate, that was one of his tips. He's like, if you haven't invested or looked into Oomph or whatever to help you with scheduling, so you don't have to be on social media all the time. So I'm hoping that maybe it's a new thing that he says we'll be able to utilize. So we'll see. But I was very excited about that.
Oh yeah,
I
think that that's brilliant, because you could do those. Like for me, Sundays are usually my day that I love to like do my reels, all of that. So it's a great planning day. Anyway. Yes. Hannah asked, can you share that in the faith chat too? Just so that we're all seeing it too. Thank you. Okay, Shara.
So with Facebook's update, you can now schedule your own regular post on Facebook now too.
Now, see, I tried and I'm not seeing that on mine.
Really, I don't know. Mine, I can do my regular post, not group post, my feed. I've already scheduled some of mine because I got somebody turned me in at work. But anyways, different.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Anyways,
if you can see it on your feed, is it going out to, it's not just on your page, it's going out to your feed, like your full feed?
yeah, my regular Facebook. I didn't do anything. Facebook
it's
just
not-
updated by itself.
That's so weird. I'll try to update it again because I'm not
So-
seeing because I looked when you said that. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, I'm
But
on my
it-
phone, so I can't.
No, it's okay. It could be that they're
can't
phasing
show
it
you.
out to certain people. Does that make sense? Like they're trying it out or whatever.
That's true.
Right.
It's okay. Okay, Ashley. Or unless Cher, were you done? Okay. Ashley, you had something.
I was just gonna ask, we were talking about not leaving it open, and I had a girl the other day, I'd followed up because she'd said, well, I'll probably order by the end of the week, and that's been a few weeks, so I followed up again. And this message, she said, I will let you know if and when I'm ready. And I wasn't really sure how to come back with that. You know, she was talking about fitting into the budget. And oddly enough, the next post was her asking me if I wanted to go on her like 4th cruise she's done this year. I'm like, no. But how would you come
No.
back? How would you come back and not leave that one open?
So how I would is utilizing what Plexus gives us, the Why Plexus Why Now calls, because it's showing she has no belief yet in the products, especially if she's going on cruises and everything. She doesn't know what these products could truly do. And so when you have them come to a testimony event, those are so impactful that they are like, okay, wait, I didn't realize it could do that. I know you might have said that, Ashley. I guess I didn't understand completely because that's usually what happens. Like, oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, that actually was like 6 years ago. So are you finally ready? You know what I mean? But we have these Why Plexus events. And I feel like, again, as long as you keep ingraining when they are every single time, we need to use these. They had one tonight at 8 p.m. They'll have one tomorrow. Up until Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 2 different times. And so I would bring her to that. And I would just say, I'm just going to say her name is Ashley. Ashley, completely understand. I'm happy for you and excited when that time is ready. For the moment, there is a call tomorrow that I would love for you to come and listen to. It's at 8 p.m. Can I count you in to just come and hear more about the products and everything? So when you are ready, you're knowing exactly what you need. Something to that nature.
Also letting them know those calls are normally pretty short. They're like normally 15 to 20 minutes. They're not terribly long. So people, I think when they have a time frame and they know it's not going to take like an hour or half of their night, are more willing to pop onto them. I have a couple moms that I recently put onto them, and they're normally pretty busy moms. And just their willingness, once they found out that it was only 15, 20 minutes, were like, oh, well, I can pop on for that while I'm making dinner. So.
Right.
Okay, I will try that. Thank you.
And then Hannah, you had something?
No, I was trying to turn my camera on and I hit mute. Unmute.
Okay, no worries. Okay. Is there any other asks that you need for tonight? You're like, hey, this is what happened to me. What do I do here? Or anything you want to share? We're opening it up right now for that for the last 10 minutes.
I have a lady, Cassie's aware of it, but she has been on the product. She's in her 4th month, has lost no weight, already had energy, so not even feeling energy. Like the thing she loves the most is hydrate. She will not miss weight. But other than that, nothing. So she has fibromyalgia, constipation. Can't remember the other things. But I mean, that's like with fibromyalgia and stuff, that's inflammation, right? So
Right.
we've been switching up her products and stuff. And Carissa had told me, well, you guys tell me if you can still hear me. I'm going to flip out of this and read it in the messenger, but if you can't hear me, just be like, Hannah, I can't hear you.
Okay.
Hang on just a second. Be here. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay. This was Carissa's. Have you sent her the replay of our quote fat loss education night? And asked her to write down every tip from that call that she hears that she hasn't implemented yet. Maybe that could help us crack the nut, because she sent me like her food journal and like everything's looking pretty good. Like nothing, they even jump out like, I mean, there's a few things, but not major inflammatory that she's not eliminating at all. But I didn't know that there was that call. And when I looked, there's only one comment and it's Carissa. And I maybe watched it and I didn't realize it, but that's in the page. So if you guys ever, just know if you ever have someone that's trying and not losing weight, message me and I'll get you that link to that call. I don't know if my lady watched it or not, but you know, it's important if she wants it bad enough, she'll watch it, you know, like I feel like I don't want her to be a non-success. And she's very discouraged because she's like, I feel like I'm doing all the things. She's counting her macros.
Yeah, macros. Mm-hmm.
She's doing macros. Like she's not eating super unhealthy things. Like she's active. She drinks her water. Like she does everything. So she doesn't want to give up. She wants the products to work, but also is very defeated. So we can all pray for her, but then also if you find someone else like that and you've kind of messed with the regimen and tried to help, and there is a video out there that
and
I totally forgot or was not aware of it.
I completely forgot about the fat loss call. That was about 3 or 4 months ago that we did that. And it was powerful. We need to probably create a board for that and maybe tag it in with other graphics. We probably all should re-listen to it. It's not that long. Re-listen to it and then maybe make a board of it. So when we have those people that struggle with like their main focus is weight loss, then we could be like, you know what, here's a great video that's got some great tips. Can't wait to hear your takeaways. I know one of these could be the missing link to what could be what we need to help you with. And then the other thing was, I think BioCleanse, McKenna talked about BioCleanse and upping it. And we're dealing with that with Julia right now with a littler boy. He's 8 years old. And just letting you know, like this boy, don't waver on BioCleanse. Like you can take a good amount of BioCleanse, especially if they're going to give him Miralax or whatever. It's a lot safer to take BioCleanse. And I think he was up to 6 to 8 a day. And so we're just trying to find a good regimen for him to go, because he's either stressed. You know, sometimes when you get stressed and you just don't go, like, or when you travel and you just don't go. So we're wondering if some of that's taking play, but consistency is key. And that's going to be Hannah for her, because if she's constantly changing things up, then her body isn't giving it enough time to be consistent. And that's the same with the little boy. If like we're getting consistent, I feel like in the last 2 days that we're trying to stay on that regimen from here on out. Go ahead, Julia.
She's been consistent. And I mean, we've waited weeks in between changing it. So she's doing everything right. But that's good to know. But
yeah.
On that 180 day or 120 day follow-up, what is it?
Yeah.
180 day follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a video on there that's literally like 5 minutes that a naturopathic doctor does that talks about when you are trying to reverse a health issue, you basically, for however many years you've struggled with that health issue, you need to give it at least an extra month on top of the 6 months they recommend.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would encourage her, but if she's only been on it for 4 months and she has fibromyalgia, I feel like that is probably something that's going to take a lot longer to really let her see
true result,
major changes in her body. But that naturopath was saying, give it 6 months. And then for every year you have struggled with this disease, add an extra month onto it. So like my friend who's had eczema since she was 15 years old. She's like, oh my gosh, that's like an extra 15 months. And I'm like, so, you got some time. Just don't, you have to be realistic with your body and what you're reversing. And fibromyalgia is a huge one. So I don't know if that would help her to show her that video and kind of encourage her to still be patient with her body. We just live in such a society that we want to be like, I want results and I want them now, and that's
Well,
not how your body works.
she's kind of getting discouraged because her upline is always constantly posting about food and it's not healthy, and her upline's still losing weight, and she's like, why can he just eat whatever and keep losing weight, and I feel like I'm doing everything right, even counting, and I'm not. And so she's doing that comparison thing that I'm like, stay in your lane, kid, don't be looking at the matter. I'm like, plus he's a guy, they don't count.
Also,
So,
I would almost encourage you, Hannah, whenever you're talking to her, to really help her think through some of that in the sense of, so what's more important to you, weight loss or feeling better and getting rid of your fibromyalgia? Because your weight loss is going to be something that's a lot more short-lived and everybody can see now, but that doesn't mean you're going to feel better in the end. Because that's what, like, I get so frustrated with a lot of people, is they're so consumed with the weight loss side of it. And I'm like, that's great and fine and dandy, but I'm talking about you feeling good for the rest of your life, and your weight loss will follow that. And so I would encourage you maybe to talk to her, have that conversation with her. And sometimes it's a hard conversation depending on the person. But if you have a pretty good relationship with her, which it seems like you have because you've been working her and kind of coaching her through this, maybe try to help her remember that this is something that's not an instantaneous process. I don't know if that helps, but
that was worded. Well, it is recorded good, because I'm like, I wish I had your wording, but I just reminded her, I'm like, hey, listen, our goal is to get you medication free, so you're not going to take all this other junk. So like, stick with us, do not give up. We are going to figure this. But yeah, I liked I'm going to some of your wording, so that was really good.
Patricia has something too. Go ahead, Patricia.
I started, okay, so when I started these products, it was basically it was to lose weight. I did not see, I started like in April or something like that. I did not see any weight loss until I think November of that year. And it was just, and I was ready to quit. And, but the only thing that kept me on the products was the way I was feeling. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not seeing any weight loss, but I'm really like the way I'm feeling now. I have more energy. I'm feeling a lot better. And it was just like, and then it was like overnight, bam, all that I started noticing. And even then I would still jump on the scale and I wouldn't see that much of a number thing, but I would see it in the inches. My pants were like falling off of me. I was losing the inches first, and it didn't dawn on me until like way after, because I would even jump on the scale. I'm like, how can I say I've lost weight? I still weigh the same, and I'm not, but yeah, my clothes, it was in my clothes. So tell her to hang in there, just keep taking her steps, keep on her products, and just her water intake is a big help as well. But tell her not to give up. Don't give up.
Thank you. Yeah, I think my prayer is for her to start feeling some sort of better, so that she does want to keep going. Like, because right now she's not feeling better. She's not losing weight. Like, it's a lot of money. Like, what are we, she's really big into another company. It's not a health company by any means, or like a supplement company, but it's like, I'm pouring all this money into the company. I'm not feeling better and not losing weight. But you are so right. I'm going to mention to her, like, are your clothes fitting any different? Because maybe she's not feeling it yet, and maybe she's not seeing it on the scale, but maybe her clothes are fitting different. And she hasn't done the restore yet. Or I mean, reset. I always say restore. Oh, I literally, guys, this is like confession, whatever. When I talk to people, I'm like, I literally say restore because it's the last thing, right? Restore. Oh, and then like one lady was like, oh, so is restore like reset? And I'm like, it's reset. Restore's in there. So just everybody keep doing amazing, and just know I've been in this whatever long. I mean, we've all been in it for Reset as long as each other, but I'm just like, I still mess up words.
Mhm.
But anyway, I think that if she would be willing to do that, if she doesn't see anything with that, then I don't know.
I don't either.
So the whole time, I've been on Plexus, I never lost weight either. I'm guessing I'm cutting out.
Nope, you're good now. I hear you.
You hear me now? Okay. Did any of that come through?
Yep.
Okay. I just seen everybody's faces. I'm like, oh man, I just cut out. Depends on where I hold my phone.
You're right.
But yeah, the Reset has been my key. Figure out what to help me.
Mhm. I love the Reset because I feel like, and I mean, I just had one that had horrible detox with it, but oh my gosh, I will tell you, we had a huge long conversation. Again, another thing that I've been bold about is when people come to me, kind of like what Julia and just, all of us are saying for the most part, is like, this won't be an overnight fix. And if you're not ready, then maybe let's wait until you know that it's going to take time. And I'm not saying this in her situation. I'm just saying, like, I had one that had a horrible detox on Reset. Horrible, right? Like, not so great. And because of our conversation prior, she's like, Cassie, but I will say, because I said that I quit on a lot of things and I really had faith in this working this time, I'll still give it time. And I'm going to start our triplex. And I was like, okay, but no, remember our conversation. It's going to, like, your body has, like, look at all the things that you've been dealing with for 20 plus years. And so just keep reassuring them they're on the right path. It's just not going to be something fast. And they're just going to have to see the small changes that they're noticing. I mean, this girl, because she detox, whatever you want to, whatever. Anyway, so much. She lost 10 pounds on the Reset, you guys. 10 pounds, but the girl was nauseous and sick the whole time. And so I didn't send her milk thistle because I forgot about that one, but somebody told me activated charcoal tablets. Like, so that's another one that you guys can do. Somebody said that they actually noticed less detox with activated charcoal supplements than they did on the milk thistle because it still helps your liver and everything. And I'm like, good to know. So you have those two options. And so I sent her that, and I just have to follow up with her. But she couldn't get down some of the stuff. But you just, even when your people are negative, she was the negative, you guys. I was like, but girl, you got half of it down. Guess what? The Restore, I know you felt like you were going to gag, but can you imagine all the vitamins that your body is getting? It's wanting to gag because you've never given it that before. Like, you've never given it the proper nutrition it needed. That is why your body is gagging and wants you to throw up and not feel great. Like, you just have to, like, change your mindset on it. If not, they're going to keep you in that negative mindset too, of like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Like, you know what I mean? You're just going to have to find different ways to talk with those people that have those scenarios. And that was the one thing that got me through that conversation of like, well, your body hasn't had veggies or anything in a long time from our conversations. So that could be it. So anyway,
I like use like, wow, your body is really, really responding to our products. And like, it takes some people a while, but your body's already like ready and responding, and you're already in the detox. Like, just make sure you're doing it, whatever whatever, if they need to up their water or whatever. And just like, I am just so happy that your body is already responding. Because it's true. If they are having side effects, it truly is their body's like, hey, what is this? Like, it is responding. It's actually a good thing. I'm like, I know you feel awful, but it's great. And I'm so happy for you. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, this is fantastic. It's true.
It is true. And you are the best at detox conversation. No joke. Because I remember Shara saying that a long time ago too. Because it's true. Like, if you're detoxing, you're like, girl, that's wonderful. As crappy as that is, and probably literally, that's wonderful. Enjoy the bathroom, because here in a few months, you're going to be feeling better. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, but you came to me, I'm going to help you. Go crap it out, and we're going to get your body feeling better. I mean, What? I'm just, anyway, I had probably 3 actives today, y'all. So there's that. Anyway. Okay. Anything else tonight? Because we're definitely over the hour. Y'all, I am not liking this fall-ish weather. I'm having to turn on my heater already. I don't like it. Patricia, you're in California. It's probably still nice up there.
We're
Go
still
crap it
dealing
out.
with, we're still dealing with 100 degrees and stuff. It's been horrible.
Ugh.
It's been bad.
Yeah, no, it's like
You get-
70. Let me think. Let me look. It was a colder 70. Like 70 sounds great, but no. It was kind of chill today.
Was it wet?
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's been
feel like
all day.
moisture makes it worse.
Mhm. Yeah, we
Uh,
need that bumper sticker. Go crap it out. And then with the poop emoji beside it.
Yes. And then the plexus symbol right after it.
67. Ugh.
Ooh,
Ugh. Anyway,
talk
take me
about
to the
going
beach,
straight from, yes.
y'all. I have retreats in my mind of beaches and stuff. One day we'll get to all that.
Shara, I want a t-shirt. Go crap it
Go-
out.
Are you talking about you want to go crap it out t-shirt, Patricia?
I mean, if you
I
think of
can-
it,
I can make whatever.
I like it. If you think of it though, that could mean so many things. Like somebody's negative, go crap it out. Like, I don't want to hear any of that. Like, go crap it out. Go somewhere else. I don't know. That's pretty funny.
You have a little poop emoji doing the peace sign. Crap
Yeah.
it out. I
I
love
like the bumper sticker. That could be funny. Or we could have it on our water bottles with plexus, like go crap it out.
it.
So we're at
That could be our
convention.
t-shirts for next year, like convention.
I mean, Faith to go crap it out.
There you go. You're
Goes. I was trying to figure out
intertwining
how are
that
we going to have
in
faith
there.
in that? Yeah, I was like, how are we going to have faith in it? Well, there's faith in
Crap
crap.
it out and have faith.
Hey, there you
That's
go.
right, that's right.
There you go. It's
No,
gonna
I
be
had
good.
to mute you because we don't say that word in our house. And my,
Oh,
my son
sorry.
came over and he's like staring. I'm like, y'all are going to get him
Saying naughty
saying
words.
naughty
naughty words.
words.
Too bad you can't bleep us out.
I know. Darn it. Well, we won't talk about that word any longer, but don't forget Nashville. I hope every single one of you are registered for next year for convention because that's going to be game changer. And then Gold School, this is the last month to earn Nashville. Y'all, it's only the 16th. This is the middle of the month. Don't be thinking Satan's stopping you.
Mm-mm.
Like, right? It's the 16th. Who cares what you
It's
did?
the 16th.
Right.
Yeah, when God sends the people flood and come, and 16th is plenty. Absolutely.
Agree.
Bring on
They
the rain,
gotta
Lord.
do
Do what?
Yes.
for the people. You gotta do your part for the people to come, but you know what I mean.
Yes, agree. So if you feel like you didn't do anything up until tonight, well, guess what? It's the 16th and you have until tonight, until whenever, to finish strong. Don't allow your dreams that you set at the beginning of the month to quit. That's Satan shutting the door again. And that's Satan saying, well, it's just not your month. No, it is your month, or he wouldn't be keep creeping in your ear and making you think that it's not your time still. It's your time. Just show him that you mean business. Be intentional every time you sit down of knowing exactly what you're posting, sharing, everything is all aligned to the one thing. But I'm going to end this. I'm going to do I've got to get my hour-ish in. And so if anybody wants to stay on, you do not have to, but I'm being accountable and I'm up till 11 every single night, rocking out my winning day. But I'm so glad that you guys came on. I'm going to end the recording right-ish. Oh, wait, Shara, yes. What did you, what?
I was gonna say, Psst, Ashley, do you hear her? It's only the 16th. Let's go to Nashville.
I mean, it
Oh,
is
yeah.
only the 16th.
It is. It's true.
I hear her. I hear going to
Well-
go pump myself up.
Okay.
No pressure. No pressure.
None. Here's another one. I'm gonna be up working for another 45 minutes, so no pressure. And I have to be up at 6 a.m. too. So anyway,
I will also chime in real quick. What Cassie was saying about this being your month, keep in mind that you have no idea what it means to be your month. You got to leave that in God's hands. So this might be your month to impact 2 people.
yeah.
It may be your month to impact 50. It is your month, however God deems that necessary. You just have to walk into those opportunities. So, love you all. Bam! Where's my mic?
But very true, because sometimes we have that comparison of like, oh, I haven't added anybody, or I only added one. I only added one. But you changed one person's life that led you closer to their better health, to your goals, to everything. So keep moving forward. That's all that matters. Great little tips, ladies. I love y'all. That's what Genevieve does every call I've been. And she's like, yay. All right, I'm going to end this and then I'm going to stay on again. No pressure. You do not have to stay on, but I'm staying on. I'm going to pee first and then we're going to rock it out. Or I am. So
I'm